Welcome to Synagogues of Wisconsin Part 3. In this episode we look at three towns, Racine, Kenosha, and Beloit. They all are on the southeast side of the state of Wisconsin. Our first stop is in Racine. This is Beth Israel Sinai congregation. It affiliates with Egalitarian Conservative. Services for Shabbat are held on Saturday mornings. There are also Friday evening services, usually followed by a Shabbat dinner. The congregation was established in the 1920s. The rabbi has been Martin Edelberg since 2006. Before he received ordination that same year, he had been the cantor for the congregation the previous 6 years. Beth Israel was originally affiliated as an Orthodox practice. It merged with the Sinai congregation in 1925, which had previously been affiliated with the Reform movement. At that time, they compromised and became a conservative synagogue. The building that you see here was built in 1953. At one time, there had been another synagogue in Racine, Congregation B'nai Yehuda Anshe Shalom, which had Orthodox affiliation. It closed in 1962. And now, on to Kenosha to look at two Jewish houses of worship. Our first stop is Beth Hillel Temple, a Reform congregation. It sits at a corner where two streets meet and the road curves, as well as partially hidden behind a large tree. Chiseled in stone above the front entrance are the words Jewish Community Center. Currently there are more than 135 member families to this congregation that was founded in 1924 and the building erected in 1927. The current rabbi is Dina Feingold. Shabbat services are held on Friday evenings as well as on Saturday mornings when there are special occasions such as holidays, bar mitzvahs, or bat mitzvahs. And now we turn our attention to a second Jewish house of worship in Kenosha. This is Congregation B'nai Tzedek Chabad. It is a merger between two synagogues. But first, the building that you're looking at was built in 1911. There was another building next to this synagogue that was used as a social hall. It was sold in the early 1990s. The current spiritual leader is Rabbi Tzali Wilshansky. In 1999, the building was registered as a landmark. All the paint inside the shul is identical to the way it was when it was first built, except for the banister around the bima, which was initially stained oak and is now painted white. In recent years, B'nai Tzedek merged with Lubavitch Chabad of Kenosha as a unified effort to keep serving the original purpose of providing the Kenosha community with an Orthodox option to their Jewish practice. And now, on to Beloit. This is Congregation B'nai Abraham. It began in 1907 as an Orthodox affiliated synagogue, but now it is Reform affiliated. The building you see here was completed in 1988. The congregation employs a part-time rabbi. Currently there are about 40 members. Most come from Beloit and neighboring Janesville. Services are not held every week. One should check the calendar postings. That wraps up this edition of Synagogues of Wisconsin to these three towns. More to come. Bye for now. Hope to see you real soon.